Hello, y'all. It's Janae, not Jazane, and welcome back to my channel. Shun, 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 shun. Hello, my name is Janae, obviously, and if you're new here, hello. If you like what you see, make sure you comment down below, give me a big old thumbs up, and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Now, if you're not new here and you've been here since day one, hello, welcome back. And like you guys seen from the title below, I'm going to be telling you guys what to do, what to figure out, and what to ask before before jumping into a relationship. Now, disclaimer before I say anything, I feel like I gotta say this in every video. You do not have to take everything I say into consideration. You don't have to do everything I say. I'm not your boss, I'm not your mommy, and I'm not the person you're dating. This is just stuff that I do and that I learned over the past few years of dating and things like that. I'm no expert, nothing like that. I make mistakes too in relationships. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, okay? Thanks. The first thing I would say is to communicate on why you two are dating. Make sure you guys are on the same page with that. One may be dating for marriage, one may be dating for fun. Now, I'm not saying you guys don't have to get into a relationship with that, but in the long run, you do have to remember, like, okay, this person is only dating me for fun. Like, you know, if you want to get married one day and this person is literally telling you, like, nah, I'm just dating you for fun, you know, you might want to not continue dating this person. There's plenty of reasons why people could date for fun, for marriage. I mean, I don't really know what else. As long as you two are on the same page with that, I feel like that's very, very important. The second thing I would say is to ask or let each other know what you allow and what you don't allow. Every relationship is different. Every relationship works different. Communication is different. And people allow certain things that other people may not allow. So, for example, like going out, you know, is that a problem? The way you dress, is that a problem? You know, some things may or may not be a problem to the next person, but it's good to communicate it before you get into a relationship. For example, you don't want to jump into a relationship and, you know, wear whatever you want, and your boyfriend's telling you, like, what are you doing? You know, and then you're not used to that. If you would have communicated that in the beginning, you know, this wouldn't be a problem. So ask and let each other know what you allow and what you don't allow. I mean, and y'all know what it is. Y'all know. Y'all don't have to ask me like, oh, what questions. Y'all know. The third thing I would say is love language. Figure out each other's love language. This is really important, to me at least, because everyone's love language is different. If you don't know what love languages are, I'll just tell you. Words of affirmation, quality time, giving gifts, acts of service, physical touch. For me personally, I need quality time and acts of service. Those are my top of the list. And if the person that I'm with, if they're not like really down for that, then that's a red flag. Obviously, they're not down, you know, to give me quality time or after service. Does that make sense? So figure out each other's love language and see if you guys are capable of doing it. For example, say you get into a relationship and this boy or girl always wants to be touched. They're always touching you. They always want to snuggle or whatever. And you're just like, yo, like, back up. Their love language is to be touched. That's what they like. So it's good to communicate that beforehand. So when you guys do date, it's not a surprise. I'm like, oh, you want this from me? You know? The fourth thing, is this the fourth thing? I hope so. I hope so. The fourth thing I would say is to make sure you're getting something out of the relationship. I talked about this in previous videos, but make sure you're getting something out of it. Make sure you're learning something from this person. Again, I'm not saying use them or anything like that, no, but are they teaching you something? Do you love their presence? Are you getting something out of it? Because if you're not, then the relationship 9 out of 10 isn't going to work. You're not going to always see interest in that person all the time if you're not getting something out of it at all. For example, if you can't cook and he or she can, and they're always cooking for you, that's something out of it. If you need a lot of advice for something, you're figuring out life, and you know they know a lot about life, you know, that's something. So are you getting something out of it? And the fifth and final thing I would say is to ask lots and lots and lots of questions. If the person is like, okay, you're asking just too many questions, I don't like that, red flag already. I'm not saying you have to be like needy, but you know, like go back and forth, ask questions, figure each other out. There's a difference between knowing someone and understanding someone, yes? And ask questions like, do you do drugs? Are you close with your family? Do you drink? Where do you want to live in 2 years? Where do you want to be when you grow up? Say if this guy is not close with his family at all. He don't mess with his family. Just it is what it is. He doesn't mess with his family. But you're really close with your family, and that's important to you. And you jump in a relationship with this person, and you notice, like, you know, where's your sisters or where's your brothers, or the last time you talked to your mom, and they're not really telling you, or they just simply don't, and that's a red flag. That's something you should have talked about before you jumped into the relationship. You know, does that make sense? So yep, those are my 5 things to ask, do, figure out before you jump in a relationship. Again, I'm gonna say you don't have to do all 5. You could add more. You could be super picky or not that picky. These are just things that I do, and these are the things that I tell people when they want my advice. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I promise you guys I'm not going to be always talking about relationships all the time. But every time I ask you guys what you guys want me to talk about, it's always about something about a relationship. So, you know, I'll figure out something else I should do. But in the meantime, make sure you guys subscribe down below, because you guys are coming and watching 2 to 3 videos and not subscribing. So might as well subscribe, girl or boy. It's free and you're already sticking around as is. Make sure you comment down below and give me a big old thumbs up. And thank you guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye. Words of African. Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation.